Okay. All right. Retired DIY guy here. Today I'm going to try to fix my RV. The frame on it cracked. Right there. It's already been welded once and it cracked again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld a plate from here all the way to the front hanger bracket spring. And weld a plate that goes all the way across 3 inches, and it's going to be an angle iron, and it's going to be cut off right here, so it'll be welded like this and then fold, and it's going to match this right here. It's going to be a 3/16 plate, 3/16 plate, and hopefully it works. And I'll show you the other side. The other side is even worse. This is the one that started first. As you can see, I'm going to have to replace that angle bracket and straighten that out. I'm going to replace this piece here with a 1/8 inch plate and just weld it there, try to make it as even as possible and make that work. And then let me show you the other side. Okay, here's the other side, which is the left side, driver's side. Look at this. Look at that crack all the way through. Goes all the way to about right there. I'm looking at about maybe 8 inches of it. So this is going to have a plate coming from back here all the way across. And I'm going to cut it out, make it fit here if I can. This whole frame is only 1/8 of an inch thick. It's a very weak frame on the RV, and I think that's what everybody's stuck with, every RVer out there. And hopefully this will work. The plate's going to go up 3 inches and then come down and fold here. See, as you can tell here, this is bent right here. I'm going to cut this off, replace this hanger bracket on the other side too, and then try to straighten it out as best I can right here. And then once it's straightened out, I'm going to weld it again there and then put the plate on it. And the plate, I'm going to drill holes on it. I'm going to drill holes all over the plate, and that way when I put it on there, when I put the plate on there, it's not only going to be welded on the edges, but it's going to be welded in the middle, and every hole I'm going to tack weld it all throughout the frame. And let's hope that fixes it. Stay tuned. Okay, I removed the leaf springs. Now I'm going to cut it right there. Cut it right there as best I can. Cut right here as best I can, and get once the new hanger brackets come in, I'll weld it back together. Hopefully it'll work. And put the whole bracing all across this, all around, along the edge. Hopefully it'll work. We'll find out. Now, I don't know if you guys can see this, but see if I can get it going. Look at the movement on this. You really can't see it very well on the camera, but I'm really moving the frame. I'm twisting it just with my hand. Imagine all the weight on it. That's got to be quite a bit of weight going back and forth on it as you turn and so forth. And that's why it breaks up here. And this is only 1/8 inch steel. So, if you haven't done it, reinforce yours. Okay, this piece, I just welded it. I welded the bolt back here, and this piece is gonna go underneath here. It's gonna go inside here, and this hole right here, that's where this bolt's gonna pierce through, and then I'm gonna put a nut on the other side when I put the other angle iron going all the way down. And this is gonna be on the inside, reinforcing this, because look at this, it's just really thin metal. It's gonna have to be reinforced on the other side so it won't flex so much. It'll minimize the flex, and it's gonna have bolts, and then the nuts on these are gonna be welded together here also permanently. There's a cross member that goes right in here. It goes all the way across, but you should see that thing. It's so thin, it's terrible. So I have to reinforce this part right here. That's what I'm gonna do. Stay tuned. Okay, I placed a piece of angle iron in there. There's the bolt with the nut on there, and that's just to hold it there. And I'm gonna drill right here so it can be the exact spot. I'm just gonna drill it right there and do the same thing. Just weld another bolt on the other side so it'll come out, and it'll be, that way this frame will be sandwiched by this, and the other angle iron is gonna go all the way down, because this is where all the torque is right here. Torque back and forth. Hopefully that's gonna help, or fix it. It's gonna have to fix it. This is what I'm gonna drill right there. Okay, excuse the heavy breathing, but it's a little tiring doing this. That metal was harder than I thought to drill. I'm gonna put this in here. Come on. Now, it's gonna go there. It fit. I'll be darned. Now, I'm just going to put these on there and tighten them. And then I drilled this hole right there. I'm going to fill that in with a weld and just tack weld here and here. And then take these off. And I'm going to fill in that void with a weld. I'm going to fill in that void right here with a weld here and here. Once this is welded and once this is tack welded. And then I'm going to put the other angle iron on the top through the outside. So this is going to be 3/16 inch plate here, a 3/16 inch plate here with a 1/8 right here. So this is not going to move. That's what I'm going to do. Where's the other one? Right here. And these bolts are welded from the other side, so they're not coming off. Sorry for the camera work. Not a professional here. I'm gonna get it tight where, I don't know if you saw, if you rewind the video, this right here, this gap is getting smaller and smaller as I'm cranking it. So this is completely flush against it. There. Now, I'm gonna weld this, tack weld it right there, right here, maybe one right there, just a little tack weld to keep it in place. Then I'm going to take these off and weld the gap inside there and grind it down where it's flush. Take these off and then the other one's going on top. Can't see it. There we go. Maybe more. Cool. That's what I wanted. These are grade A hardened bolts, so they won't break. They're actually bolts that I was going to use for my winch, so they can take some torque. When I put the other angle iron on there, I'm going to put the nut back on there and tighten it as best as I can, and then weld the nut on there. So it's not coming off. No way. Now I'm going to weld this bolt to this frame, so it'll be one piece. It'll all be one piece. Hopefully it's going to work. I missed it. Too hard in the car, I can't see it. There we go. I'm just going to grind this a little bit. There we go. I think that'll work. Then when I put the other one on there, I'm going to put the bottom plate first, then I'm going to weld this. I'll show you. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, boys and girls. Okay. I have this plate under here. This one is another 1/8 inch plate. It goes right there under the frame, and it's held up by this magnet. And I'm just gonna weld it up here and up here just so it'll stay. Then I'll remove the magnet and just really weld it really good right there. See that big gap? I'm gonna weld it, and then it's got this hole right here. I'm gonna weld into the angle iron that I'm gonna put up here, and I'm gonna make holes on the angle iron to weld here, and then weld into here also. So the whole angle iron is going to be welded in different places all around there, all the way to the other end of the axle over there. You'll see when I'm done. Make that angle iron one piece into this frame, and that should hold it. Getting there. We'll see. I'm just going to finish off the well, but it looks pretty straight there. As straight as it can be right there. Okay. I did not record myself doing it, but what I did is I drilled a hole there at the end of the crack, and I drilled another hole right there at the end of that crack where the metal was cracking or broken off. So I followed the crack with the grinder here and here. I made a deeper cut in there so that way when I weld it together, it'll weld better instead of just having a hairline crack. I have a bigger groove so I can melt that metal in there, and I'm hoping that's going to help it. I'm going to fill that in here, fill that in here, and then that big gap right there. That's how much of the metal is missing from the frame, as you can tell. All of that is missing. That's how much broke off. So that's going to be filled in all the way. And then I'll get into putting the angle iron up here. Okay, I noticed one thing. Okay, I noticed one thing on this angle iron. You see how this angle iron is completely square on the outside, but it's rounder on the inside. Well, the frame in my RV is the same way. So, when I put this angle iron on the frame, it would not sit straight. It would not sit square. So I had to grind it down so it would be square like that. That way, it's not teeter-tottering back and forth. See how it fits really good like that? Now, if I put it the other way, let me show you. If I do it this way, you can see how it doesn't fit right there in the corner. See, it just teeter-totters. There's a gap. So I had to grind all this down, all the way down. I used almost a whole grinding wheel to do that. It's almost gone. I had to grind this down so this would match. That way when I put this in here, when I put that angle iron in here, it sits flush here and flush here. I did not do that to the inside of this, but oh well, it's already done. But I did it on this one so that way it'll sit flush. It'll be a smoother fit. Okay, here you go. I drilled the holes on this angle iron. That's what's going to go in there. As you can see, drill holes here, here. All that's going to be welded into the existing frame on the RV. And I got holes on the back side too. These slots are for the frame of the RV where it comes up, and I'll just weld around it over there, and on that side too, right there. And it should work. And then I'm going to weld along the edges on the top, along the edge of the top here all the way down, just kind of spot weld. And on the bottom too. This angle iron sticks out a little bit more, so the weld is actually going to be right here along this part. This is going to stick out right here. You'll see it when I put it together. Okay, I got it in there. I'm going to weld right there, just spot weld in different places. And under here, I'm going to weld under here, different places, all along, like that, all the way to the front of it. where the front leaf spring is at. That's where it ends. It ends right there, the front leaf spring. And this right here is where I'm going to tighten this up. This is welded on the back. I'll show you this at the beginning of the video. Snug it down. So now you have bolts coming across. Hardened bolts. See how much it pulled in? Now, it's there, and this is going to be welded on here like this right here, and I'm going to weld around this right here, and around that. I'm going to weld around it, so it'll tie into this frame that's coming up, and then it'll make it all, hopefully make it all one piece, instead of just keeping the pressure right here. It's going to be all one piece. Just once it puts pressure here, the rest of it should be able to take the weight. I'm pretty sure this will work. And you see these holes right here, I'm going to fill those in with weld those in. So not only am I going to have contact here with the weld, I'll have welds in the middle of it here. And I don't know if you can see it up here, but there's a hole right there. There's a hole right there, and I'm going to fill that in. And I have several. There's another one here. I'm going to weld from the top so I can weld to the bottom frame up here. And that way I'll actually have a bigger spot to weld on, and should work. Let's hope so. Okay, the crack that was on the frame, I welded it all up, and then I grinded it down, make it as smooth as I could, and I put a plate on the other side underneath and bolted it down here and here. What I'm going to do now is take off these bolts, the nuts, because this bolt is welded onto the plate on the other side. And then, so I'm going to have a plate on one side and a plate on the other. And that plate's going to go from here. This is a very bad design. Let me elaborate on this. This right here, and then this is just half an inch of metal right here. 1/8 inch thick. Suspending the whole frame of the suspending the whole, holding up the whole weight of the RV on this little piece right here. I can see it's starting to crack a little bit right there, but I'm going to put a plate, an additional plate on the other side right here, all the way across, and cut it on here, and then I'm going to weld another one going that way. this one's gonna have to be in 2 pieces. The other one was in one. The other side was in 1 piece. But this is a very bad design here. So, and this plate is the one that's gonna go right here. Okay, as you can see, this plate's gonna go right here. Here. It's gonna be bolted here and there. Once I tighten it down, I'm gonna tack weld them, spot weld them right there. Make sure they don't come off. And I'm still gonna drill holes along the edges here and on the bottom here, so it'll weld permanently to the lip under here. This lip right here. And then we'll make holes on the top, like every foot or so, and then there. That way, this is going to give this I-beam support. And I hope that does it. Okay. Let me tighten these so I can. A little difficult, but it's getting there. But that's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna tighten those so it'll be up against some frame here. Then I'm gonna weld here, all along the top, spot weld along the top. I'm gonna drill some holes here, and down here, so I can weld from the top down onto this bottom frame from the RV. It'll be all 1 piece. Okay. Alright, I finally got it done. As you can see, I put a plate right here, all the way across, and it comes over here. You can see that. Right there. And it ends right there. That's an angle iron, piece of angle iron. It's there. See, this is the frame from the trailer and the angle iron on top. And over here, where it cracked, I did it all the way to the back. And then where it goes right here, so you can see I put the screw there and there. There's a 12-inch plate on the other side, 12 inches long. Same thing, a 2 by 3-inch plate, angle iron, that goes on the inside with those bolts welded on there through the frame. And I tightened it down with 2 nuts, and then I welded the nuts on there. So that's not coming off. I basically sandwiched the frame between the 2 plates. And I extended this angle iron all the way to the back over there, like maybe another 12 inches. And I did the same thing on the other side. Right here. I did the same thing there. As you can see, there's the bolts right there. There's a plate on the other side, 12-inch plate on the other side of the frame coming in, and this bolt and that bolt are welded on the plate on the inside. And I tightened them down, and then I welded the nut to this angle iron and the bolt also. So it's all welded together. Goes all the way across, all the way to the front. To the front of the front axle there, that plate. But the inside plate is only on the inside, on the back over here. And here's my the hanger bracket that I put on there, the new one. And let me show you. I ordered the new one. I ordered an extra one which I didn't need. But this is the new hanger bracket, the ones that I put on the on the Trader, and these are the old ones. Look at the difference in the material. Very, very 1/8 inch thick bracket. This is 3/16, maybe 1/4 inch. Could be 1/4 inch. But look at the difference in the quality. Huge, huge difference. Well, I finished it up. I didn't burn it. And we're going to try it, see if it works. I'm going to give it all the systems a test run. Heater, AC, stove, refrigerator, everything, make sure everything works. Make sure I didn't burn any wire inside the okay. I slide out to work. Tomorrow I'll take it for a test run, but good to go. I didn't burn it down, I didn't weld it. I'm done. I didn't clear all that from underneath. Put it up and go. Guy here. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think. I'm no professional welder, but I did the best I could. Like, subscribe, comment.